Welcome to Patents TV. I'm Glenda Thompson, filling in for Jeff Bond today, who's on assignment. And today I have the pleasure of introducing David Buist with Lightspeed Technologies. David's going to show us a little bit about some audio solutions that we may not know about. David?
Well, thanks for having me here today. We're going to talk a little bit about Flexcat. Classroom audio has been around for 30-40 years, and traditionally it's been a 4-speaker solution, 4 speakers in the ceiling, 4 speakers on the wall. Well, over the years, Lightspeed has been experimenting with a quality of sound that came from a company called NXT in Great Britain. They're using a flat panel technology, which we've incorporated into a product called the Flexcat. This product has a flat panel speaker, and behind that flat panel there are electromagnetic exciters, and this is all technical stuff, causing that flat panel to vibrate, and it generates sound waves.
Okay.
One of the benefits of that is that all audio is in a frequency range. Frequency ranges meaning that you're trying to get the highest intelligible sound to the ear. In this situation, it's the classroom. So as the teacher speaks, we want to make it so that all of those soft consonant sounds, the st, p, all of that can be heard clearly by the student. Fortunately for us at Lightspeed, the development of that NXT technology really is increased in the flat panel. And the benefit of this aspect is, you can see this is a very lightweight piece of equipment. It can be taken out of the box, set on a bookshelf, set on the shelf in the corner of the classroom, somewhere along those lines, and you've got plug in and play audio.
Okay.
If so desired, you could take these little, the foot, the feet, mount them onto a wall and hang this up in the back of the classroom or on the side wall in the classroom. It gets it up and out of the reach of students so that they can't really play with it.
Sure.
And it's safe and sturdy and held there. This device, you're going, how is it going to cover a classroom? 1,200 to 1,600 square foot classroom. It will flood the room with sound. I mean, we've all heard something like about Bose wave machine.
Right.
And how that can, cover a classroom or cover a large room with rich, full sound. That is an array of speakers, and that's not the same type of aspect of what we're doing here with a flat panel, flooding it with sound waves. Really, it's one of those devices that needs to be experienced. Part of what Lightspeed does is we do a demo program or a trial program or something along those lines. If any of one of your participating schools are interested, I can set up a program where they can try one of these for 45 days at no charge.
That's wonderful. Try before you buy.
Try before you buy. The way the device works is infrared technology. Now, I'm trying not to interfere with my microphone here. Basically, the teacher would wear a pendant microphone. There's an off-on button on the side.
Okay.
The microphone sends out infrared light rays. They bounce around the classroom, so milliseconds after I turn this on, the room is flooded with infrared light, all on the outer edges of the Flexcat. There are IR receivers that pick up that signal, send it to a mixer amplifier, out through the electromagnetic exciters and through the flat panel vibrating and flooding the room with sound. The charger for the microphone is independent from the system, so this can be sitting over on the teacher's desk, locked away in a cabinet, whatever as far as that goes. The microphone has a single battery in it, but that battery will last 8 to 10 hours of continuous use. There's also another microphone design, a handheld microphone, which can be used for pass-around purposes for student participation. Every Flexcat has the ability of using 2 microphones. 2 microphones at the same time, so the teacher can use a microphone and the students.
Very handy.
Also, we have the aspect of trying to get all of the audio in the classroom distributed, which is a big feature because we're doing more and more CD, DVD, internet-based curriculum. We're introducing more audio into the classroom. So if I had this hanging on a back wall, how am I going to incorporate it with the teacher's computer or whatnot? A couple ways of doing that. One, I just did a project with a high school where they hung these on the back wall of the classroom. There's an audio in on the side of this. So I could take a 3.5 millimeter cable, in this case 25 or 50 foot in length, run it from the teacher's computer up through the ceiling
right
and
in.
into the audio in of that. If I didn't want to run cables, we have a device called the IRMAC. We're known for acronyms. IRMAC stands for Infrared Media Connector. This will take as many as 3 audio devices. So I could hook up a computer, iPad, VCR, TV combination, whatever as far as that goes. Run these into this device, which is plugged into a wall wart, or it has a USB connection, so it could hook, power up directly from the computer. This then will transmit via infrared again, much like the microphone, to this device hanging on the back wall. On this side, volume control. The audio inputs may be coming from different sources that have different line levels.
Sure.
This allows me to fluctuate that volume without having to mess around and run all to different aspects. This would allow me to have total classroom audio wirelessly. I'm not stringing things all over the place. I'm not paying a contractor $300-400 to come put in speakers in the ceiling and run wire down the gang. It's a much more economical way of doing classroom audio, and with the flat panel technology, a lot more precise, a lot more focused on that intelligible deliverance of sound.
Wonderful. Well, this product is featured on the patent's website, so you can learn more about this product, including the price and the discounts that are being allowed. And now you have another product to show us, correct?
Let's dive into the Flexcat.
All right.
Another one of those Lightspeed acronyms. Flexcat is for Flexible Classroom Audio Technology.
Oh, gotcha.
This is the advent of, and there's catchwords that different people are going to use. It's differentiated learning, small group instruction, project-based learning.
Sure.
The future focus is on collaboration between students, working together in small groups to resolve issues, to come to solutions, work through math problems, work through social, economic issues, whatever, so that it's a group involvement. Now the challenge for teachers is, how do I control those groups independently? How do I assess the progress of students? How do I assess the progress of the group? How do I manage these groups? If I'm going to try and help one group, what's going to go on with the other groups? This is a new age, cutting edge technology in the Flexcat. It's been around for about 4 or 5 months now, but it's been in development for over 3 years. Traditionally, Lightspeed is known for classroom audio, and we have a plethora of different ways of providing classroom audio. Earlier we demonstrated the Red Cat. That is for total classroom audio instruction. The Flexcat provides the ability to do total classroom audio, but also provides the teacher the opportunity to work with groups. Allow me to demonstrate how this works.
Please.
We can have as many as 6 pods, meaning a pod is one of these devices. A pod has a built-in speaker, built-in microphone. It's colored and numbered.
Okay.
These pods have a built-in battery. That battery will last up to 8 hours of continuous use. On the bottom, there's an off-on button and a volume control button. The volume control allows me to handle the volume output of this speaker. The volume control meaning, depending on how far away my groups are, if they're in a little tighter structure, I don't want it as loud so I'm not interfering with the other groups. But I can make it loud enough so that if I'm using it in a gymnasium per se, I can crank that volume up. So I may have a larger group of students. It may be 4 to 6 students. If I got 10 or 12 kids, I'm going to have that volume up a little.
Sure.
Imagine you're in a classroom, you're in a gymnasium, you're in a cafeteria, whatever, and you have 6 groups of students working on projects independently of each other. How do I handle that?
Right.
Well, here's my microphone. When we demonstrated the Red Cat, we had a product that was infrared based. This product is DECT, Digital Enhanced Communication Technology. Yes, and I know how much you love these technical terms.
You threw me there, but I'm with you.
It's a similar technology that's used in cell phones. in cordless phones in your house, whatever, as far as that goes. We've taken the DECT technology along with DSP, digital signal processing,
Okay.
so that it allows us to incorporate a lot of multi-functions in the equipment and to eliminate any potential feedback issues.
Okay.
So the teacher has this microphone, and you're wondering, what is
Right,
this
that's
little
a little
gizmo?
extra. That wasn't on the red cap.
That's not on the red cat. This is an optional earpiece.
Okay.
I can insert this earpiece. I have my microphone. I have pods. Imagine I'm in a room with 6 pods scattered throughout. And I have every guy's love, a remote. This remote has a number of buttons on it. You can see how we talked about every pod having a number and a color. The remote corresponds with that number and a color. If I have my pods distributed throughout the classroom, if I want to talk to pod number 1, I press the button and I'm talking to only pod number 1. If I wanted to talk to the entire class, the center button. Of course, this is not, that button would light up if I had the equipment plugged in and turned on. But the center button will allow me to talk to the entire class. Now I have a mute button here. So I can press my mute button and then press a pod. All I'm doing is listening. My earbud allows me to listen in to what's going on in that. If my mute button, I'm not going to interfere with them. I can unmute it and talk to them, and of course I'm still going to be able to hear them through the device. That's because of that built-in microphone. If, as I'm working with one of these groups independently, and I listen in to group number 1, they're working on a project and they come up with a great solution, unmute the mic. Hey guys, great solution. Can you tell the rest of the class how you came to that conclusion? Press number 1, hold down the center button, boom, they're talking to the entire class.
Group.
So the center button on my remote functions much like a total classroom audio aspect. So I can use it when I'm doing whole group instruction, but by having these individual pods, having the ability to talk to them or listen to them individually, I can, again, assess individual students. I can assess a group. I can be working with one group on this table, and if group number 6 over there is getting a little rowdy, all right, guys, settle down, get back on task. I don't have to scream across the classroom.
Or
I don't have to
there.
run over there. And we know, as what goes on with a teacher. Okay, imagine I'm coming up to a group over here, and they're working on stuff. What happens? I walk up to the table. They clam up. It changes the dynamics. They end their productive work cycle.
Sure.
So this allows me to stay focused on the one group I'm working at, redirect groups if I need to, or if I'm going to go, I'm going to be working with this group for like 5 minutes. I just want to make a quick check, make sure all my groups are on task. Boom, 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 boom. I can even have a group out in the hall and just listen to them.
Now you did mention there was capability of having 6 pods, but I see only 4 colors on the remote. How would that work?
Well, we ran out of colors.
Okay.
Actually, you see the numbers 5 and number 6 are on there. Those pods just aren't colored.
Understood.
So
now, as well as the red cat that you showed us previously, can a teacher or classroom try this product before they buy it?
we definitely do. I have a second piece of equipment. This is basically my demonstration equipment.
Sure.
I have a 6-pod system that I've been rotating around. Boy, you would mention that, and I can't remember. I had one in a school district south of Fort Wayne earlier this spring when the product first came out. They did about a 3-week assessment or a 3-week trial. If anybody's interested in doing that, I can set that up. I come set the equipment up. It takes me about 15-20 minutes to set up the equipment and off and running.
Great. Well, it sounds like a great classroom management tool and really an answer to a universal design for learning challenge at times.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those products that are leading. It's not like reacting. It's something that, as we get more into Common Core curriculum, which is really directing a lot of that collaborative student interaction.
Sure.
This is a product that we see really starting to take off.
Okay. Well, I thank you for your demonstration and the knowledge base that you offered on these two products. We certainly appreciate your time and appreciate your time on Patents TV. This will be the last one of this particular year, and we're breaking for the holiday, but we'll be back next year. Jeff Bond will be back the first Tuesday in January to give you a technology tip, and then we'll have a new vendor in the third Tuesday in January. So until then, goodbye and happy holiday.